Hey guys, and welcome to part 3 of Sonic and the Secret Rings. We're continuing on with Dinosaur Jungle. Eh? Dinosaurs in the Arabian Nights? What?
They're just going with anything now, aren't they?
Yeah. Which is why I think this and Black Knight should be just so renamed Sonic Fucks with Mythology.
Now this one is another Die Hard challenge. Basically, don't die. Unfortunately, folks, if you fall off the log, it's insta-kill. Apparently the water is the plague.
Yeah. Well, Sonic can't swim. But
Now, what are these? Are they parasaurs, I think they're called?
Parasaurolophus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Expert. The silver rings basically give you 20.
yeah.
They're basically like the 10 rings that would become stable in the series later on. And suddenly random falling spike balls falling from the sky.
I tell you, the T-Rex is just like fucked off somewhere now.
Oh, you bastard. Hey, at least I don't lose all my rings when I get hit.
Aye.
Plus you have infinite lives in this game. It's like they know the controls are bad.
Aye.
I'm not afraid of these generic Genie enemies here. In each level they also have a slightly different design to go with the theme of the level. Like when we get to the pirate world, the genies will have like hooks and eye patches and pirate hats and all that. Here's your speed break ability, folks.
Jeez, so...
Oh, see this cage, by the way? You would never know this, but a red ring only appears in that cage only through time break. The game doesn't tell you that.
Why?
So to get that ring to appear, you have to activate time break and then get the cage open. Well, the good thing about speed break in this particular stage is that you can blast through the cactuses without getting hurt.
Yeah.
So if you see a cactus in your way and all that, just speed break. And I only learned that in my 5th playthrough.
Your 5th playthrough. How many times have you played this?
Well, back in the day, I was a naive little kid and all
Yes.
that. Back then, I was like
When Andrew was a wee lad.
when I was a wee lad, everyone was like me. I didn't think Sonic Secret Rings was that bad. It was better than 06.
Of course, one thing you can't take away from Sonic 06 is it will always have that scene in it.
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about that, Sean. Here's another one where we have... Now, this one is very picky with the enemies. They say 10 enemies, but then there'll be times where the mission will be like, oh, defeat only these types of enemies where it's like a flower. Again, need I remind you to get that to flick, you just fling the remote forward. It's like, it's so, uncomfortable.
We get it, the Wii has motion controls.
It really it's hard to explain without having to try and experiment it for yourself, folks. But if you're anyone with a brain cell, then you would avoid this game. Yeah, you're...
I had a really spicy lunch.
What, the spicy curry from Kirby?
Shadow doesn't need to jump.
Exactly, she can fly!
Like that enemy was like trying to disguise itself as a flower, like don't notice me, don't notice me.
Oh, this is a bullshit one right here. You see the spring, then you immediately got to get back, because if you're not fast enough, the spring disappears and you have to hit the switch again. This one you have to use the enemy's projectiles as homing attacks. And there goes me enemy. I'm not going back to kill it because I don't risk falling into the pit. You may have infinite lives in some stages, but then the checkpoints can be a bit finicky.
Yeah.
Oh, this one. You have to bounce on the springs quickly before they turn to spike balls are. And apparently hitting the switch changes the direction of the dinosaur's neck. Huh?
Okay.
Okay, I think I can see what would go otherwise.
The dinosaur's probably like, oh thank God you pressed that, I've been getting a really stiff neck.
Or that was a robot all along. Oh, despite that missing enemy, I still get a gold ring. Thanks, game. Yeah, nobody cares. I knew at the recording that nobody's gonna care about my gold rig relics and all that because it means nothing.
Yeah.
But it's a playthrough. I'm like, I have to show the mandatory way how it's supposed to be. Now this one here, this mission is a stealth attack mission. Don't defeat an enemy. Don't kill anyone.
I bet like Sonic's like, are you taking an absolute piss right now?
No, that's me. When during this recording. These rings, when the hook gets small, you gotta fling the remote forward to launch yourself. Oh, by the way, there'll be times where there'll be missions where you do not want to be fast. You gotta turn that speed off.
Not wanting to be fast in a Sonic game.
Yes, I know. Logic, ain't it?
Sega, what were you doing?
Oh, here's a bullshit moment I failed the first time. I don't ever leave it in here. This loop, if you fly it too far, you kill that guy, yeah. Mission fail. It's like you have to get him to do this thing where you get the rings and you lie back down without hitting him. It depends on how far you fling the remote. How would you know that?
It's just all trial and error, I guess.
When the hoop gets smaller, move the Wii remote forward quickly,
Thank you, Shara.
and you can break free.
I don't need to keep trying, I'm away. Oh. I was like, what are you looking up there, you fucking perv? Depending on the music, lads.
The music's alright.
But still, the Dino, the Wicked Wild. What? No, my favorite bit of the song is still Too Funky. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what is the best way to throw myself and to get that ring and to bounce back down without hitting him.
Oh, there you go.
That's it. But how would you know that? But don't worry, once you're here, you're safe. We're going to invade the dinosaur's homeland. And I don't know where the T-Rex comes back and says, "You stomping in my house?" And the thing is that the horns, let's say the horns are a design flaw for this particular T-Rex, because the way of those horns, he can't use his head, so he's stuck with his stumpy little arms to attack you. Oh, I remember one of these missions where, thankfully, it's not mandatory. It's a special challenge where you have to find egg missions. I'm not sure if you remember, Colin.
No, I've never tried these.
It's one of these bullshit missions where it's a big loop, but you have to find these eggs with unique patterns on them and match them to the specific nests, but they're random every time you play the mission.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Thankfully, that one's not mandatory. This one is where you have to smash these eggs. These eggs right here, they're Genie eggs. You have to find 5 and smash them all.
So, Genie eggs, isn't Chara a genie? Why is she advocating for killing the... Oh. What?
Like, if you miss this egg, you got to go back in a loop and find it again.
God's sake.
It's not like he's ever been on the log before.
No, he's not. He's been on a skateboard. He's been on extreme gear, is what they call it, which runs on air. Huh? Oh, you have to take this alternate path to get this one egg, right? Then you have to go back again and take the other path to get the last 2. So we're back at the beginning, and we have to go round again. Is that a Stegosaurus over there, Colin?
Yeah. Was it dancing there for a second?
They're probably dancing to its funky music. Again, that's not me moving forward, that's the game moving forward. Need to remind you, you're only controlling left, right, and back.
Yeah, and this is your second look round level, and it still gives you the Wii Remote tutorial.
Yes. Hey, that's just as bad as, say, Sonic Heroes when you get to the last area of Final Fortress and it still says speed, flight, power, and all that. Like, you don't know how to switch powers.
Yeah.
Hey, I wouldn't be surprised if it would... You know what, if we're playing a traditional 3D game like this but with analog control, I wouldn't be surprised if we get to the final area of the game and it says, you can use the left stick to move. That's one thing I've always wondered in gaming in general. Why is it always the left stick that's the movement? Do they always assume everyone's right-handed?
I guess it's just whichever's most comfortable, I guess.
Like, has there ever been an option in a controller or any game for that matter where it allows you to use the right stick for your movement? It's kind of like that situation where Twilight Princess was released for the Wii, right? But it came out on the GameCube. But they assumed everyone was right-handed with the remote, so they reversed the game to make it like right-handed when technically he's left-handed.
Look at that. It's another one.
And there you go. There's a second world ring just lying on the grass.
And what flavour is this donut?
Mint.
Yeah, a minty donut.
It's a polo mint. It's an oversized polo mint.
We should just rename this game Sonic and the Secret Donuts.
Sonic and the Secret Ring Sweets.
Sonic and the Fruit Loops.
Sonic and the Tales of the Crypt.
Oh, Master, your wish is my command.
Can you get me out of this fucking book and give me a jetpack, please?
Just for me?
Oh, and some donuts as well. I've got to pay off some sort of fat citizen in Springfield.
No worries. Cheer up. Don't sweat it. Anyways, no adventure is fun if it's too easy, right?
Sonic, this is your life you're talking about.
Yeah, so I think we're getting proof here that Sonic is indeed an adrenaline junkie.
I wonder how he's going to be in the movie, which is a month away from this recording anyway.
Did you hear the studio that did the redesign for that get shut down?
Oh, what?
Studio changed the design to what the second trailer showed, and now apparently they've gone.
What the fuck, man? Who's going to take over if the movie does end up doing well? Right, on to the next level. Evil Foundry. This is basically... a factory, that's evil.
Is that the big camera that we saw in the background?
Yeah.
So it's Disney World.
No Eggman Land.
Oh, that won't be till the next game. And now we've got Cabana Money 456's theme.
Yeah, I thought this song sounded familiar.
I've seen a spirit get that big.
It's Who's Gonna Rock the Place. Place. I like the song, but again, it's the lyrics that are the problem. Also, the game tells you about these barrels here. They act as projectiles, but be careful. There'll be ones where you hit one, right? And then a one gets flung back at you. Now, you can grind on the rails if you want, but I like to run on foot. It's faster. Right, this one right here, I believe, is where you gotta stand still and wait for this tall guy to fall down. This guy's made of gears.
Yeah, because this technology seems appropriate for the Arabian Nights.
Oof.
That's close.
Oh, see, when bullshit like that, you have to hit the one above the barrel. The reason why I'm hopping is to keep my speed up. And then shit like that, I mean, that's out of my control. That's why I'm stopping every now and then. Trust me, it's better understood when you actually play the game and you feel the controls for yourself.
You can break free.
Oh, I was supposed to jump over that, but oh well, at least I got to sprint back. The speedrunner in me is like, you fucking idiot.
Let's just casually stand there and then poof.
Yeah, the green genie's doing nothing. It's only the red ones that actually try to attack you because they can spit fire.
Jesus Christ, it's like the Cooper Trooper situation, isn't it? Like the green ones just fall off the cliff, but the red ones turn around.
Oh, but watch out for the blue ones though. From what I heard from a certain someone, if you throw the shell back, it actually kicks the shell back at you. And if you're not careful, that could be a death. Again, how is this place not supposed to be like, you know, crispy and all that? We're essentially in... I'm assuming this is the Earth's core of the Arabian Nights that we're in, and the factory is near it, because this is all lava we're going up now. Yeah, I don't know who's going to rock the place, by the way. Is it Annie from Michael Jackson? Is she okay? Yeah, better react fast, because they've got spikes at the end. Oh, watch for these. I find these can insta-kill you if you're crushed. Lads, speak.
This is your game, your show.
It's like without Steven, it's like I have to do the commentary for you. Yeah,
Yes, neither are very chatty from this.
Steven would have a lot to say about this if he was right here.
Yeah.
For me, like, there's going to be a lot of things in this game that I'm going to be seeing for the first time.
So, like, okay then, how far did you get into your playthrough sequence before you gave it up?
Pretty much see after this level's finished, that's where I gave up.
Hey, well, hey, you're the smart one.
Aye.
Because you did the smart thing. Get the fuck out of there while you can. Oh, God damn it, these controls.
Aye.
It's like the moment, it's like the minute, the millisecond, the frame that you start getting back into control, you have to hold down the one button to stop yourself because the game just forces you forward. This would be not much that.
It's like, how many enemies has Sonic killed at this point? And she said, well, you can use a homing attack to, and I was like, I know.
Time yourself just right so you don't hit that spike ball and you're fine. Oh, this is a bullshit bit. There you go, there. Proof that speed break is useless against the spike balls. Do you know at this point you might as well just put the Wii remote down?
Yeah. It's pretty much like half of Sonic Forces. You may as well just put the controller down while the whole game plays itself.
That was one that you played a whole level with just one hand, wasn't it?
I showed that off back in the Forces
Yeah.
LP a year ago.
Aye.
Like, got when I used to film my thumb and all that to show that it's proof it's possible.
It's him! What's he doing here?
He's summoning the devil.
Spirits?
Do you think that's what the Emperor shouts when he's summoning the spirit of the Sith?
Go home and raise a drin, you're drunk.
Oh god, the 06 reference there.
Yeah.
I'd be saying, those condemned by Iblis.
Yeah. It's like we already had a fire creature before.
Yeah.
An Ifrit.
Oh, and then they pulled this off again in
It's the Sonic Rivals too.
yeah, but it's another fiery creature, but BC, but with the same name. Because I know we're not going to do that game because we don't know how to record PSP games. But basically, Eggman Nega from the Rush series comes in and then says, I want to release this Ifrit, not this one, but another one from the future, back into the past. And he says the only way to feed it is to feed it Chow. As well as the Chaos Emeralds.
Aye.
I'm a hedgehog. Hedgehog!
I love how pissed off Sonic gets about being called a rat.
Aye.
It's like, is that like racist for our hedgehogs?
Possibly.
Dang!
Well, that was quick.
At least your heartburn's going away.
Again, why does Eraser Gen play the long game? If you want Sonic dead, just snap your fingers and get the flame rid of the flame. That's it. He's gone.
Yeah. Remember, he wants the world rings. Why look for them himself when he can get the blue rat?
Also,
to do
spoiler.
it?
Also, spoiler alert. One of the world rings is inside this robot.
Not very smart, is he?
What a dick.
This one! Oh, this does not look good! Shara, lend me your power!
No!
Because you've been so helpful so far.
That's bullshit, by the way. Remember I mentioned time break? You slow down too. So even if you used it realistically, you'd be shit, Sonic. You would slow down too. So at this point, we're going to have to backtrack out of Evil Foundry for now. And now we're going to go back to the desert.
Okay.
Because this will tell you then a new mission would unlock. And then you have to race it's this one, head to head. Beat Uhu to the goal. A blue spirit that comes out of nowhere. It doesn't even have any dialogue. It's just a magical blue orb that you have to race to the end. Thankfully, not the end of the whole stage, but maybe let's say 1/4 of it. Basically, then that tells you basically how far you're away from Uhu to the goal. See, I mean, this orb of light is the Wind Genie Uhu, known for his speed. Too bad he can't catch up.
Yeah, he's kind of being humped right now.
I'm pretty sure if that wee Genie was able to speak, the only line of dialogue he would just say is gotta go fast over and over again.
God.
Insert Sonic X's theme. And look, they even give you dash panels. I mean, look at minus 340 millimeters? I don't know. The speed, madness. And that's it.
Sonic, where are you running to?
An endless possibility. Tiny little XP.
Then we escape back here.
Well, let's see.
I think you're talking shit.
You came from this alternate world, you mistake me for someone else. Yeah, you're full of shite.
You accuse me of being someone else, and yet I feel obligated to help you.
Well, not exactly a bird. It's more like a.
Notice another thing about the Arabian Nights characters, they've all got rings on their fingers.
Okay, so
They're all married to each other.
No, to themselves.
someplace out in the
I'll never forget you. Me.
Me.
okay. Hey, Shara.
Phone Jet 2 for me. Book us a holiday.
Oh, isn't that the one that went out of business?
Read that map.
You think they're Thomas Cook?
Yeah. Right, as Sonic gets himself a flight in the form of a magic carpet, we'll see you guys in the next part.